This is Agile in 3 minutes. What do you need from this program? The names of these episodes are like story cards. If you've heard the episode, the name might remind you of the thing itself. If you haven't, the name is no substitute. Given we have cards, then I'm needing more conversation and confirmation. Let me explain what I'm looking for and why. I was born during a record-setting Chicago blizzard. My parents called the local police to tunnel them out of the house and to the hospital. As near as I can tell, I've distrusted traditional forms of authority ever since. I grew up loving math, American football in general, and Walter Payton in particular, computers, Western art music, puns, top 40 radio hits, the pursuit of perfection, my big sister, and a very special dog who, merely by virtue of having his fur brushed the wrong way, was once judged the ugliest in Lake County. He wasn't ugly, not in the slightest. We still have the trophy. The summer after 3rd grade, I read the World Book Encyclopedia, 1986 edition. I wanted to believe people when they said I was smart, but I figured they were confusing my recall of facts and figures with something more meaningful. My junior year of high school, falling further and further behind on schoolwork, I realized I'd never learned how to make an effort. I dropped out to figure out how. What worked was to do things I loved way longer than I loved doing them. Piano for hours, computering for a whole day, reading for several whole days in a row. 3 months in, I turned to an effortful homework assignment and powered through it. The following day I was back at school, putting my new skill to the test of keeping up while catching up. After a year of college, uncertain of whether and how I'd be any good to the world, I realized I couldn't make room in my head for coursework. I dropped out again, and got a minimally viable job that proved I was very slightly useful. Thus began the ongoing project of making myself more so. This is where I could use your help. How is this show useful to you? How could it become more so? Help me understand your needs in your own words. Would it be useful to others? Help them discover it by adding your review in iTunes. Would it be useful to ruminate on the ideas at your own pace? There's a book you can buy. Would you like to encourage me to keep at it? You can fund me 1 episode at a time in any amount you like. The only acceptance tests I've got are your reactions. Please join me in retrospecting on whether and how Agile in 3 minutes is useful, and what we might try together in the coming year. Thank you. This has been Amitai Schleier, delivering 2015's final increment of Agile in 3 minutes. The simplest podcast that could possibly work.